Hiking with a bow is fun.
Yeah, I believe it. So we've been up around this morning. Haven't seen anything. We can hear a bunch of moo cows. And I'm starting to wonder, I need to go back and research. Maybe you guys let me know in the comments, you hunters out there, how do cattle affect your hunt? And we've seen stuff in here. Certainly no elk. But we're wondering how that affects the area. So now we're just heading back to camp, I guess. The hunt is certainly fraught with emotions. Highs and lows. We haven't had real high highs. It's I thought I was gonna get got that one night. Going down to get water and jump a moose. So that was fun. It's fun to be scared for your life every once in a while. It builds character and puts hair on your chest. I honestly think it's a good thing. Kind of just shows you how insignificant you are to the universe. So this area, again, I'm just kind of, how it pulled my beard hair. I'm just coming in so blind because this is new to us. It's very thick, and at least where we're at, there's not a lot of good glassing points. I mean, if you guys have been watching my videos, I've had some good glassing areas, but that's not the areas that I'm hunting, obviously. But this is what we're looking at right now. This is one of the best views we've got. But you can see, I mean, you're not really going to glass anything through there. Here's our scenario. Let's just assume that's what we're gonna get. So let's see what happens and see if we can get set up as a mock shot on her. We were just talking about how this would be a perfect scenario because the wind is at our face, the sun is at our back. So we might use this as some training. See if we can't stalk that doe. There's no elk in here. I don't know where she went. It just gets really thick in some of these spots in here. That way. Yeah. So I was hoping they were going to come out right here. Well, that's one thing that was interesting. So what I ended up doing, I ran up there and then I dropped my pack just beyond that tree actually. And then I threw my GoPro So to be clear, guys, we are not hunting the does, but there's nothing else in here. So what I'm using them for is just an opportunity to practice a dry run, if you will. But yeah, I was real aggressive running up there and trying to be as quiet as I could be. The one thing I found challenging is I had no idea where she was. Like, one thing I need to try and do is go, okay, I see her from this vantage point. Where is she? And then try to get an idea of if there's a landmark I can keep an eye on so I can pinpoint how far I am from her. Because I didn't want to get upwind. So I kept going up and I kept going up. And I kept thinking maybe I should get off this game trail and jump in the trees in the thick, but it was so thick, I'm like, I'm just gonna be too noisy. So I kept on the game trail. And one thing we've been talking about is, I mean, honestly, the deer, the elk, they're a lot like us in the sense that they're lazy. They're going to take the path of least resistance. And sure enough, the first real big opening, that's where she was. And I don't know if she spotted me or heard me, because I was still downwind from her. But either way, I got busted. And then she jumped across the trail and then ran up to the left here. So if that was a cow elk, if that was something we were hunting, I wouldn't have had a shot at it. It would have been running, that would have been a running shot, which would not, with archery, there's no way I would have taken that shot. But still fun to run up on her and learn a little bit. So Mark, you're taking off today. Yeah. I think I'm gonna move spots. We're just not seeing anything in here.
Yeah.
It would help if I knew the area. But so what's been your experience thus far?
Been good. Learning a lot.
Yeah.
Coming away with more questions than anything though.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is really my first time out doing this kind of thing. And so it's been handy, especially from the, you know, that doe that bedded just, what was that? Not even 20 yards.
20 yards, yeah. Yeah.
So the one that bedded us 20 yards from us, it was interesting to see, you know, how she was acting and that kind of thing and laying down. And then what I could see from 20 yards away, which wasn't much aside from that little, you know, ear flicker. That's about all I could tell. Anyway, so it's been valuable for that. And then, you know, just getting to know the terrain and, yeah, just a good first experience with it all, that's for sure.
And when you said your first time doing this, I mean, you and I are big outdoorsmen. So coming out here doing this is not like the backpacking thing. I could see how that is a big deterrent for somebody who wants to get into backpack hunting. We've got that down.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, not so much. Yeah, I mean, I would echo your sentiments in that I'm coming away with more questions than answers, which is not a bad thing at all. Go back home, research these things. If I don't get anything this trip, which I realistically probably will not, I can apply them next weekend, maybe the weekend after that, if I can break away, hopefully.
Yeah.
And certainly start applying them next year. All right, we are packed up, ready to go. I'm gonna go find a new spot. Can't be worse than this one. I mean, don't get me wrong, this has been fun. I like it. I've liked it a lot, but no elk.
You want to hit the stream? Let's follow the stream up.
Yeah, let's do that.
The road.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. I was gonna come.
Oh, you're gonna head this way?
In, yeah.
Yeah, let's head out this way. This is the stuff I love running into. See that? That's not natural. What we're theorizing, if you can't tell on camera too much, that's divoted out. But we found a concrete base over here to an old house. So we think maybe someone was living here at one time and this was probably their cellar. They'd store goods or something, is my guess. Man, I just love running into stuff like this. We made it back to the trucks.
Nothing's been sideswiped. Windows still intact. And my coolers are still in the bed. Make sure my Yeti cooler is still in here.
Give Aaron a big hug.
Yep, there's my Yeti. My Yeti's still there. So maybe I'll end this one right here. I'll start a new video in the next spot. We'll see you. To be continued.